You ready to go home with your sister? Or your brother? Okay, good morning, everybody. This was our first morning at the house. Last night was our first night, obviously, and it went okay. He paced and whined for a good amount of the time, and it's important when you guys first get a puppy, it's gonna be things that you guys are gonna be noticing, like, oh my gosh, my dog is restless, my dog is whining, my dog wants to get picked up. This dog was literally with 15 to 20 other puppies, you know, obviously plus his siblings, all the other adult dogs. So coming here to my house with one dog is a very big change. So he's anxious, he's confused, he's trying to figure out what's going on. And so all of those things are normal, but it's really important that, you know, of course I wanted to pick him up because I felt bad, and me and my wife, we wanted to sleep. But if you guys start day one picking him up and escaping this, I can't deal with life. You gotta remember, like, there's nothing in my room, the lights are off, sound machine's on, like, he should be completely content, but because he's a little bit stressed, you don't want to pick him up because that's going to set you guys up every night. He's going to expect that tomorrow night. It was really hard for us not to, but it's really important in the beginning not to enable that. He's like, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I want to be with you guys. And of course he does, and of course we feel bad because we simply love dogs, but it's really, really, really important in the beginning not to cave into that, because long term, and if you guys do, it's not a big deal. Start it tomorrow or the next day. But if you're watching this video and you're going through the same stuff and you're losing sleep and your dog is whining all night, just know that it's normal, and those are the reasons why it happens. But it's really important that once this guy gets 150 to 200 pounds, he's not gonna be up in bed with us. He needs to learn confidence on his own. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over feeding schedules, we're gonna go over the introduction to crate training and all that stuff. So anyway, ready, Burley? Let's go. Also, you're gonna wanna get yourself something you can slip on and off, because the next week or so, you're gonna be getting in and out of the house often. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good potty. Good potty. That's what it looks like, just rewarding verbally. Good job, good job, good job. Good potty, good potty. Just stole my cat bowl, which is his cup, and we're gonna feed him in his crate. So if you guys are crate training, which is a good suggestion, keeps your dog safe, keeps your dog successful in the potty training stages, you're gonna feed him in his crate. I'm not gonna shut the door. I'm just gonna put the bowl in the crate and then let him eat. You wanna introduce the crate command as positive as possible, as like, this is the best place you wanna be, so that way they don't view it as a punishment. Mainly because a lot of people, they just see the crate as a punishment tool. The dog doesn't do what they want him to do, or they're crying and they throw him in there. Trust me, last night, I wanted to put him in the crate because I haven't slept, and anyway. All right. Good boy, Bernie. This is exactly what I was talking about, management with the water. Don't give him a full bowl and don't leave it down, because he's gonna drink at times you don't even know he's drinking, and then your schedule for potty training is gonna be all off. You're just gonna put it down, let him drink. The other thing that I would highly suggest is, if your puppy doesn't finish their food, pick up the bowl, especially if you have other dogs in the household. Because if you leave the puppy's bowl, there's still food in there, your other dogs come over and eat it. It could be conflict between, especially this dog. He's a Boerboel, and you guys already saw right off the bat when he came home, he's doing Boerboel stuff. So I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I'm not shutting the crate door either. So in the beginning of crate introduction, crate door is open, he can go in there whenever he wants, he's getting paid. So we're not shutting the crate door in the beginning. Good job, Taylor.
He just woke up from a nap.
So he's gonna go potty. The other helpful tool when you guys are doing potty training or just puppy training in general is the X pen. So this is like I think 2.5 foot X pen. You can get them all the way up to 6 feet. And so he's got a little potty pad in there. And this is good too, like if you guys are by yourself, you're raising this puppy by yourself, or nobody else is around, you want to take a shower, you want to do something, they're not crate trained, you don't want to throw them into the crate. The X pen, you literally can get it anywhere, PetSmart, Petco, and you just put it kind of against the wall, and it creates a safe place for them. The reason why we do this is because we don't want the dog to have accidents in places that we won't be able to find. We also don't want the dog to get into our furniture, into shoes, into pill bottles, anything that could harm them or worse. So the X pen is a really good tool when you guys are raising your puppy, super inexpensive, to keep them. It's kind of like a little playpen. It keeps them safe. You know where they are. You can cook dinner. You can do work. So that's another thing too. So day one, we're introducing his raw food, his We Feed Raw, in with his kibble. So I always start off with what the dog is used to with the raw food, and then hopefully he'll be on fully raw food. So it doesn't matter what your dog is fed, raw food or kibble. Start off with what the breeder gave you, and then mix in your food that you're gonna give the dog over time, slowly but surely, and then about after a week, they'll be fully on what you are gonna feed your dog in the future. So for the first couple weeks or month or so, this is what the potty training routine will be. He's gonna sleep, he's gonna eat like a baby, and poop and pee outside. So you're gonna let your puppy out as often as you humanly can. I've been letting him out literally every half an hour, and he's been super successful with that. Go potty. I know, you just woke up. Good potty, Burley, good potty. Good potty. I try not to touch him when he's peeing because it interrupts it. So I just, good potty, good potty, good potty. Good job. All right, so morning 2. Last night I made a mistake and didn't wake up at 4 a.m. because my alarm didn't go off. So obviously we had a little accident, which happens. That's part of puppy training. We're going on our first walk. So I grew up in upstate New York, so there's nothing going on at all. There's no cars, there's no people. Jeez, Burley. But I do have my leash. So I always let my dogs off leash. All my puppies have always been off leash, which is why I think that they respect freedom so much. Lakota's on her e-collar. Just because she just wants to run around and have fun. But Burley is right here, so he's following along really nicely. But I'm just gonna go to the end of my road and then go back. So this is the first walk that we're doing. Lakota's obviously with us, and so that's going to be good for the relationship as you're working with other dogs in the household, going out and walking. You know, if they're not getting along or the puppy's being too crazy, obviously keep your dogs leashed. I'm just giving you every single piece of information that I possibly can so you guys can see the outcome of this dog when he's 4 to 6 months old and he's trained. But yeah, so he's off leash, he's doing really good. He's walking right next to me, and I just find that the more that you give dogs freedom in the beginning, they don't see that whole leash coming undone as a big deal. So he just follows me around, and this is just how I've always raised all my dogs. A lot of people ask me, how'd you get into this? How did you start working? Kura, Marie, Lep. How'd you get into working with dogs, and how do your dogs listen so well? Well, you guys follow this series, you'll figure out how I get my dogs to be off leash all the time. Come on, buddy. But just giving them that freedom, I think, is important. And then in the future, we'll do remote collar training just to make sure it's tight and it's responsible. But yeah, this is him. So you guys can see he's starting to venture off a little bit. He's going pee. Good boy, Burley. Good job. So this just creates a good relationship between Burley and Lakota. So Lakota's just out kind of in the tule bushes here sniffing stuff. Burley kind of went off the beaten path and peed. I rewarded him for that. He's cold. Again, he's a Texas dog. This is his first walk, so he's trying to figure out what's going on. But look, so this is really big. So him going out here and sniffing with Lakota is a really good sign. It's good for his confidence. It's good for relationship building between these two. But yeah, so he's doing really good with that, which is really nice. So you guys remember even 2 days ago at the airport where he wouldn't walk, or even yesterday where he was just still trying to figure stuff out, and he still is, but just each day going out and, you know, making it better for the dog by putting them in the situation so they can do this and be a dog. So now, obviously, if you guys live in a city where this isn't applicable, that's totally okay. I'd suggest getting like a flexi leash and hooking your flexi into your coat and just kind of going hands-free and just letting your dog follow you around, letting your puppy follow you around. Just building that leadership character and leadership role with your dog is first steps that I do with all my dogs, and they've all turned out okay. So yeah, that's just an little side note if you can't do this in your own town. I will say what I didn't get on camera was yesterday Lakota corrected Burley, which was nice. I encourage my dogs to kind of figure each other out. It's natural. There's nothing really you can do. So yesterday, Lakota was playing with her Frisbee, and Burley doesn't know Lakota at all. So Lakota kept bringing the Frisbee back, and I think he was intimidated and fearful by that. So he kind of lunged and barked at her, and she corrected him. So she just grabbed him, pinned him on the ground. He cried, hid under our nanny's car for a little bit, and then he was fine. But I just also want to put that in there. I don't want to hide anything from you guys. Like, he's got a little bite right here, but that's just part of the game. You know, him figuring that out I think is really important, especially for a Boerboel. He's a really big, independent, strong-headed dog. He needs to kind of know his role, and Lakota, you know, is doing what Mother Nature does. It's as most natural as you can get. Obviously, if you don't trust your other dog or they have a history of being super aggressive, then that's not really something that you want to put your puppy into. But she's clean, she kind of knows her role, and she's fair about it. She just wants to play fetch. The puppy was biting at her and annoying her, and she just corrected him, and it was over. One and done. So after about a day and a half, these guys are doing pretty good. He's still growling at her a little bit, but he's also playing with her a little bit. Again, he's still trying to figure her out. I'm really, really happy and impressed with Lakota's patience with the puppy so far. But, you know, the reality is, guys, is you never can predict how dogs are going to be with other dogs, and some of that is genetics, a lot of that is personality as well. The other thing to just be mindful of is different things that the dogs can possess. So like, he's interested in her ball, she doesn't care. So those are just things definitely you guys want to watch out for. Food bowls, water bowls, toys. You might want to pull all those up as you're introducing if you don't know how the dogs are going to do, or if you don't have control over the bigger, stronger dog. I have really good control over her, so at any point in time, I can pull her away from the situation if it gets hairy. So that's another really big, important thing when you're introducing your dogs. On top of the potty training, the crate introduction, the routines, just acclimating your dog. It's gonna take 2 to 4 days for your dog to really acclimate to who you are, where they are, and just having fun with them. Like you guys see, he's next door with the neighbors. I'm introducing him to kids, other people. I'm playing with him, I'm having fun with him. That's a really big piece to it, but I don't have to teach you guys how to do that. We're starting to bite, so we'll do a separate video on that. Just acclimating and having fun. A lot of people talk about like, hey, we're gonna do a potty training video completely separate. Like, what do you do if your dog, no, 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 no. That's what you do, is you try to catch them when they go potty. So he was just trying to pee there. And so you try to catch him, go potty, come on, out here, go potty. Go potty, go potty. So there's a lot of people that say like, oh, do you correct him? Do you rub their face in it? Whatever. I don't. I think just like catching him and scaring him if he tries to go inside, like running over and screaming like I did, naturally that's what you're gonna do, is enough for him to go, oh, this must be bad. So that's perfect for you guys to see. But we're gonna do potty training, we're gonna do crate training. All the other videos are gonna be in different sections. But anyway, we let him free land. Good boy, yes, good potty, good job. That's what you do. Also, I will say, just so you guys know, first 48 hours to like 3 days are the roughest. So you're gonna second guess why you even have a dog in the first place, let alone a new puppy, and it's really rough. I talk to a lot of clients about it. Even for me, it's like your head is spinning because they're just so different than an adult dog. So once you get over this hump and get over like the 2 or 3 days and you follow my series along, it should get easier for you guys. And always, you guys can book a call with me at any time throughout this process when you're training. You say, hey, I don't know if I'm doing things right, I don't know if I'm doing things wrong. You can always book a call with me. The link is in the description below to book FaceTime calls with me. But anyway, yeah, that was perfect.